All right, this is problem number 1 from section 2.5. We're not going to do a whole lot with section 2.5, just 2 problems. But let's read the instructions. Solve the equation ax equals b by using the LU factorization given for a. All right, so notice that a is factored into a product of 2 different matrices. And the first one is lower triangular, and the second one is upper triangular. And they give us that factorization. I'm never going to make you guys factor it like that. But we're supposed to solve this equation for x, and the first way we're supposed to do it is to use the LU factorization. All right, so here's the idea. AX equals B is really equivalent to LUX equals B. And remember what I said before on a previous video, you can move those parentheses around. That's equivalent to this, assuming all the products are defined, and they should be. These are all square matrices, at least L and U are. All right. So usually the trick is to let y equal ux. So notice the equation that I'm actually working on is equivalent to ly equals b. So when you use this method, you're supposed to solve this equation first, get the solution for y, and then solve this equation for x second, and that's your answer. All right, so let's focus on the ly equals b first. And here's L. All right, now remember y is just a column variable matrix. So I guess I could write it like this. And b is given to us. I'm just going to use the usual method to solve this thing for y1, y2, and y3. That is a system of equations. So here is the augmented matrix for that system. All right. So let's change it into reduced echelon form. If I add the first row to the second row, I get this. And I guess I want to multiply the first one by -3 and add it to the third row. Okay. Now we're almost there. Now we just have to take the second row, multiply it by 5, and add it to the third row. So notice we do get a unique solution, and this is y. So it looks like y is this 3 by 1 vector. All right. Now remember, the second part of the problem is to take the y that we just found, plug it into this equation, and solve for x. All right. So y equals ux. And if I wanted to, I suppose I could write it as ux equals y. That's a form we're more familiar with. So let's put that on a different page. Well, here's u. There's my x, and the y I just found is -3, -9, 6. So now I have to solve this system. And the solution of that system will be the answer. So once again, augmented matrix. So it looks to me like we need to divide the second row by -3. And actually, I suppose we should fix that first row by dividing by 2 first. And now we'll divide the second row by -3. Okay. Now let's get rid of that -5/2 up there. Just putting it in reduced echelon form. So I'm going to multiply the second row by 5/2 and add it to the first row. I'm going to use a calculator. So -2/3 is what I get up there. And now let's see. This times 5/2 plus -3/2. I get a 6. All right, next step is to multiply the third row by -1. Almost there. And let's get rid of this 1/3. So I'll multiply the third row by -1/3 and add it to the second row. But the third row is already done. So -1/3. All right, and I guess we want to multiply the third row by 2/3 and add it to the first row. So it looks like our solution is 2, 5, -6. That's our x.